All right, so after solving equations, the next step that we've been learning is solving and graphing inequalities. So this inequality would be read as negative 30 is greater than negative 2 times x plus 12. Our whole point is to solve for this x. First thing we have to do is get rid of a positive 12 or a plus 12. The inverse of plus is subtraction. So we are going to take 12 away from both sides. Now, one major concern that students have been having here is they're ending up with answers like 8 here. When you use your calculator to do this, it is negative 30 minus 12, which is negative 42. So on the left side of our inequality, we have negative 42 is greater than negative 2 times x. It's a two-step inequality. We've done one step. We are trying to get x isolated. Right now, we don't know what x is. We know that negative 2 times x is on one side of our inequality, and negative 42 is on the other. Since this is a negative 2 times x, we are going to divide each side by negative 2. Now, we did an experiment earlier with inequalities, and you have to remember that any time that you multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality sign flips. So it was a greater than sign, it becomes a less than sign. We have canceled out our negative 2, so on the right side of our inequality we have x. On the left side of our inequality we have negative 42 divided by negative 2, which is 21. But wait, there's more. We know that 21 is less than x. So before we can graph this, we have to think about what can some numbers be that fit. Some people automatically would think that 20 could be an answer here. But when you think about that, 21 is less than 20. That's not a true statement. So let's think about the other side. 21 is less than 22. 21 is less than 23. And 21 is less than 24. So by writing these three possible solutions, it makes graphing it extremely easy. We know that we're looking at number 21, and it's an open circle because 21 is not included. Now that we have these solution sets, 22, 23, and 24, those are all located to the right of 21 on a number line. So the solution to this inequality is 21 is less than x, and the answer to this inequality is all of the numbers that are greater than 21. So 22, 23, 24, 1,000, 1,500, 1,000,000, and so on. A second inequality problem, 8 is less than 9 minus n. Again, the same idea. Our goal is to isolate or get the variable by itself. The first thing we have to get rid of is this positive 9. So we're going to take it away. We're going to take 9 away from each side of this inequality. If we have 8 minus 9, we're left with a negative 1. When we have 9 minus 9, those cancel, those go away. So we have a negative 1n left. Our job is to figure out what n is. Right now we have a negative 1n. So to isolate this n, we can divide each side by negative 1. And just like in the last problem, anytime we divide by a negative number, we automatically flip the inequality sign. Our negatives cancel out, and we have 1n left. On the other side of our inequality, negative 1 divided by negative 1 is positive 1. So here's our solution. 1 is greater than n. The next thing we have to do is think about 3 different values that would work for n. Well, I know that 1 is greater than 0. I know that 1 is greater than negative 1. And I know that 1 is greater than negative 2. Now that I have possible solutions, graphing this is really easy. Again, we have an open circle because it does not include 1 in the solution. And all of these numbers are to the left of 1. So here's our graph to represent all the possible solutions from the inequality that we solved. 1 is greater than n.